Give yourself a pat on the back for being here. Maybe that's not too easy to do these days, but we're going to work on that. We're going to work on flexibility and mobility right here, right now. You showed up. That's the biggest success of the day. You showed up. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing of this practice. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. You're doing it your way, doing what feels right for you and nobody else. You don't have to worry about how it looks. You don't have to worry about anything. This is your practice. The only thing you want to think about is doing what's right for your one and only body and not hurting it. If something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it, or take it to a lesser percentage. This is all about flexibility and mobility for you in your body. It's a 1 hour long practice. Stay as long as you can. Today we are all on the ground. Every day our practices are different. Check us out. Today our focus is shoulder mobility, but you got all kinds of other good things going on too. We're gonna move all that you got so you can be better in all that you do today. So do what feels good. That's the biggest thing. Don't hurt. Take what you like and just do away with the rest. Here's something to think about today. The word of our day I'd like you to think about is focus. So focus means a central point from which rays radiate, or from which something radiates. You are the central point. Customize this practice for you. Focus on you and nothing else. If you like something, do it. If it doesn't suit you, don't do it. It's that simple. Okay, you're gonna need some props today. Maybe the robe that you have, that you wear, that you love, take the belt from it. Maybe a dog leash, maybe a jump rope, or your yoga strap. Whatever you have, you can make it work, all right? So I've got a yoga strap. I got my eye shade and my little hand towel for final Shavasana. Hand towel could do many other things too. In fact, I'll use that a lot in the practice today. And 2 yoga blocks. They're wonderful. Have those, buy those. They're not very expensive. Add them to your little yoga repertoire. Also some water. Let's get started. We're gonna start, we're on the mat. We're staying down on the ground. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so lock in a stress number on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Where are you feeling stress? What's that number? If you were at the doctor's office and they say frowny face to smiley face, give it a number, 1 to 5, lock it in, and let's go. Ready, steady, go. All right, here we go, child's pose. Let's do that first. Bring your blocks with you to the top of your mat. We're gonna use 2, we're gonna start with just 1. All right. You can have your knees together, big toes touching, hips back to the heels. Bring your head down to a block if you like, or all the way to the ground. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Take a deep breath in and a sighing breath out. This is a classic child's pose. I'm going to take an alternative. I'm going to take wide-legged child's pose, and I would encourage you, if you're taking the classic child's pose, take a couple breaths there if that's just your thing, and then work to a wide-legged child's pose. It'll make our next pose easier to do. So wide-legged child's pose, knees are spread, hips back to the heels. Head can be on the block, or head can be on the ground. The difference here is your arms are going to reach to the top of your mat. You can use a block and put your hands on them. We're getting into the shoulders right away. Or you can take your 2 blocks high at the top of your mat, rest your hands on them, and sink your head down to your mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Adjust the blocks. This is all about adjusting and feeling right for you. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the goodness in the shoulders, and maybe this isn't what you need today. Maybe today you need that classic child's pose with your arms down by your sides. If your arms are down by your sides, I would encourage you to keep your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe here. Know that you can come back to your child's pose anytime you want, or you stay here the whole time. I'm going to get a little more into the shoulders, and I'll talk you through it so you can just have your eyes closed and just be at peace here. Maybe you keep your hands on the blocks. That's plenty of shoulder work. Perhaps you prefer to slip your elbows down to the earth, bring your palms together to touch like your hands are in prayer. Hug your elbows closer to your skull. So now your hands are behind your neck. Maybe your thumbs are touching your spine, and you're getting into your shoulders. We're going to do a broken wing pose today too. And I know, Christy, you really like that pose. Such a good pose to get into the shoulders, to create space in the shoulders. Breathe in, sigh it out. Close your lips anytime you want and try to breathe in and out of your nose. This is called Ujjayi Pranayama breath. It allows you to focus, our word of the day, allows you to focus inward. Deep breaths. All right, the shoulders, let's do some more, maybe. I'm gonna bring the blocks down toward my shoulders, both of them, and I'm gonna adjust them, and I'm gonna plant my elbows into those blocks. Then I'm gonna put my hands back to prayer at the back of my neck and sink my head toward the earth. Maybe your head rests on the earth, or maybe it doesn't, that's okay. Just get into the shoulders a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to work my chest a little closer to the mat. And breathe. Maybe you adjust your knees. Maybe spread them a little wider. Maybe that feels good. Focus is on the shoulders. Focus is on you and what feels good for you. Don't worry about how the pose looks. Just feel what you feel and adjust. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay here longer if this is speaking to your shoulders, because it does feel super awesome, great. I'm going to come out of this child's pose now, and I'm going to bring my knees together. I'm going to sit back on my heels in a thunderbolt pose. I'm going to grab my strap. Maybe you grab your towel. That would work too. Or your belt to your robe, or your dog leash, or whatever. All right, I'm going to take the strap. I'm going to take the strap because I can do it wider here. Take the strap, don't clunk yourself with the buckle at the end if you got that. Open up, hold the strap, bring your arms to like a letter Y, and just pull on the strap, bringing it to the sides of the room. Let your chest lift, maybe close your eyes, let this feel good. And then start to move the arms, the shoulders, bringing the strap a little back, bringing the strap a little forward. No rush, no hurry. You do this to what feels good for you. Shoulders tend to get tight. Everything gets tight. You don't use it, it tightens up. Breathe. Just work the strap back and forward. Just be comfortable here. Enjoy this. Enjoy it. Chest is lifted. Maybe you work your hands farther apart and you let the strap come back to your waist. Lift it on back up and bring it forward. And if you don't have a strap, or if it's just too intense, just use your towel. Lift, bring it forward, bring it back. Just find the movement that's comfortable for you. You can go way farther with the shoulders because you have your arms more out in the letter Y. And holding onto the strap just feels really good. At least I think it does. Open up in the shoulders and just enjoy. All right. Maybe you keep doing that, or maybe you decide to bend a little bit from side to side. The neat thing about this, if you're going side to side, oh, nice stretch in the side body. Plus, it feels kind of good because your heels are in your bottom, so you're kind of getting a little massage back there. Kind of like when we roll into that supine twist, how you roll onto one hip and the other, how that feels really good. All right, hello to Liz and Betty and Pam and Christy and Margarita and Kelly and Christian, Tammy, Diane, Lisa, Kelly, Scott, Stan, Connell, Blake, Rena, Tina, Tim, Roger, Anna. I'm glad you guys are doing yoga with me. All right, how does it feel? All right, let's finish. Bring the strap high up to the sky. Close your eyes. Just feel good here for a minute. Almost think like you're doing that YMCA pose in the arms. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shoulders are strong. They'll get even stronger if you come to practice on Friday when we lift weights. All right, so put your strap down. Let's just do some neck circles. Put your hands on your thighs. Move your neck around different ways, like you're drawing a circle with your nose on the wall in front of you. Try that for your neck circles. Maybe the eyes can be closed or open. It's up to you. What feels right, do it. Turn your head left to right, shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. All right, let's turn our head to the left and breathe. Maybe eyes are closed or open. Just hold it here for about 3 breaths. Keep your shoulders down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe you take your left hand, your 2 peace fingers, and place it on the outside of your right jaw. And you can encourage your head to turn a teeny bit more. Softening in the right shoulder. And then finish. Hands float down to your thighs. Head comes slowly back to the midline of your body. Turn your head in the opposite direction. I'm going to turn my head to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe take the right hand, the 2 peace fingers, place it on the outside of your left jaw. Do your 3 or so breaths here. No rush, no hurry. Just a nice twist in your neck. You've got mobility there. Keep it going. Don't give up, don't quit. Take it as far as feels right for you. Release your peace fingers, come back to the midline of your body. Let's get into the shoulders with the towel or the strap. I'm going to use the towel. Bend your left arm, bring it up to your ear. Take your right hand, capture that elbow, and bring that arm in toward the side of your head. Take your hand, the left hand, and pat yourself on the back. We talked about that earlier. Hold it right here. So the elbow is hugged in. You can stay right here. You're feeling a nice stretch in the tricep of the left arm. You can give yourself a pat on the back. Or maybe you take the strap or the towel, bring it behind and hold on to it in your left hand. Take the right hand and pull it down. Pull it down, pull it down. I'm going to turn around again. So there you go. You're just pulling that strap. You can get it closer to the other hand if you want, but just pull it down. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Your arms are strong. Give it a good pull. I got a Charlie horse in my leg. Breathe. It happens, right? Okay, so stretch. I would be seated on my heels right now, or you can press on up. It's up to you. Maybe you got a Charlie horse too. Breathe. All right, let's switch it out. Maybe switch the towel to your right hand. Hug that elbow in toward the side of your head. Other arm reaches around, grabs that towel, and then pulls it. Pulls it, pulls it. Stay strong here. You got it. Take it to the depth that feels good for you. Maybe a little, maybe a lot. Your call. Soften in the jaws. Maybe close the eyes. Shoulder mobility. Oh, we're going to do that broken wing in a little bit. Don't worry, it's coming. All right. When you're ready, let's finish. Release the strap or the towel. Send your legs long onto your mat. Legs are long, seated forward fold. You know this pose. We typically will reach for the sky and then reach forward. Today, let's take this towel. Let's use it. We got it. Bring it under your feet. Maybe you're going to use your strap. Bring it under your feet. Hug your elbows in. Look forward and just take a moment here. Just feel what you feel. Maybe put a little teeny bend in your knees if that feels better. Maybe eyes are closed. You breathe in, you breathe out. As you breathe out, hollow out the belly and then let your body kind of fold in half. Hold on to your towel or your strap, elbows toward your knees, chin toward your chest, forehead toward your knees. Breathe in, your belly's going to push against your thighs a little bit and you're going to come up, no big deal. Exhale, come closer to your knees. Shoulders are soft. Oh, just feel how that feels, enjoy it. It's no fun to be tight in the body. All right, when you're ready, slowly come up. Shoulders over your hips. How is that? Let's do cat-cow next. And we're gonna put a little twist in here. Little twist, literally and figuratively. All right, come to a neutral tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Press into your hands and press into your feet. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and your tailbone under. Arch your back up to the sky, cat. Exhale, tailbone and crown of the head lift. There's your cow pose, complementary poses, moving the spine. Cat, cow. Keep at it and let it feel good. Let it really feel good in the tailbone. Tuck it under as much as you can and then extend it as much as you can. All right, something a little different. Let's now extend the right leg long. Press the ball of the foot into the mat and stretch it out here. As the foot is stretched out, take your right hand, bend the right elbow, bring your fingertips to your temples, and then take a twist, sending that bent arm's elbow up toward the sky. Press into the earth, find your balance, then come back to the starting position. Then send the elbow up again. Press into the foundation of your left foot and your left hand. Bring the elbow back down, then lift. All right, nice balancing. You got it. We're going to come back to this in a little bit. Come down with the hands. From your neutral tabletop, extend your left leg this time. Press the ball of the foot into the mat. Remove your left hand from the mat. Bring it to your temples lightly. Open it up to the sky. Breathe. Bring it on down toward the earth. Find your balance. Just because we're staying on the mat today doesn't mean we're not going to balance. Breathe. Twist. You got it. Push the back right foot into the mat a little bit more. It helps with the balance. You got it? Oh, this is not easy, is it? You got to focus. Focusing's a good thing. Focus on you. You got it? All right, let's finish here. Come back to your neutral tabletop position. Let's do bird dog. Now extend your right leg long. Knees at about hip height. Hips are equidistant to your mat. Extend your left arm long. Oh, you're just the king and queen of balancing here. You got it going on. Draw your toes towards your shin. Extend your left fingers long. Reach, stretch. Now, if you like, tuck your elbow to your knee underneath your belly button. Reach, stretch, elbow to knee. Reach, stretch, lengthen. And then tuck, elbow to knee. Finish, hand comes down. We have the other side to do. Extend your left leg long. Lift it up off the ground. Maybe you stay right here. Extend the right arm long if you like. Push into your foundational limbs. It helps stabilize you. Elbow to knee. Once or twice, reach and stretch. You do this as many times as you like. Maybe today you say, I'm just stretching, I'm just reaching. And it's not a just. It is not just doing this or just doing that. It's listening to your body and doing what's right for you. And adjust to make it right for you. All right, so come on back down. You've done a few bird dogs on that side. Let's find our blocks and let's do a toes pose ankle flow. Blocks to your side. Tuck your toes under, sit back on your heels, and breathe. Toes pose, strengthen your foundation. Breathe in, breathe out. The blocks have brought the ground up to you. Use it if you like it. Breathe in, breathe out, stretch out the feet. Hang there, hang with it, stay tough, stay strong. If it's painful, don't come out of it, but try to get into this. Let it feel good. Send the breath to your toes. That sounds silly, doesn't it? But just create space in your toes to let them stretch even more. Come forward with the blocks. Place the tops of your feet on your mat. Knees together. Press into your blocks or into your hands on your mat and let your knees float on up. as you find balance on your ankles. So nice full range of motion stretch in the feet and the ankles. All right, I say it's a flow. Breathe through it. Breathe in, breathe out deeply. Flow through it, going back and forth to your pace of comfort here. Hello, Cannell, Roger, Nancy, Marietta, Christy, Olivia. All right, we got a good gang going on today, don't we? All right, so push into your hands, the blocks. Oh, just feel good in the ankles. Oh my gosh, hurts so good, right? All right, you know the difference between pain and discomfort. If something is painful, you know it's usually sharp and you want to run from it, then do. Don't put yourself in pain. It's not about hurting yourself. It's about doing what feels good. And your yoga has got to meet you where you are. Don't strive to be in a pose that isn't right for you. Just pay attention to your breath. Let your breath guide you. Try to get your mind out of the way. That's the hard thing. And just let the body feel good. All right, so there's your toes pose ankle flow. I could do that all day long, I think. Let's go now into a broken wing. So let's tap our feet out, come to a neutral tabletop. Lift your feet up. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Loosen up the ankles. Stretch them out a little bit. Circle them. Then pat your feet out on your mat. All right, broken wing. This is a big one. Come on down to your belly. Tee out let's start with your right arm. Tee out your right arm, bringing the hand to about shoulder height. Bending the left arm, having your hand kind of under your collarbone. Gonna roll onto your right hip. Now adjust your right arm. I've got mine long and straight. Maybe you wanna bend it a little bit or bring it down towards your waist. What you're going for here, bring your right cheek down to your mat. What you're going for here is a nice stretch in that shoulder. Left arm is the driver. It's pushing into the mat a little or a lot. Knees can be a little bent if that feels good for you. Legs can be straight if that feels good for you. You want to feel the stretch in the shoulder, the right shoulder. Here's an option. The top leg, the left leg. You can bend it and bring the sole of the left foot onto your mat in front of your right extended knee. You can push into that foot a little bit. How does that feel? Another option with this leg that is now bent, the top leg, the left leg. Maybe you bring it behind your knee, press the sole of the foot into the mat, and let the knee go up to the sky. It's intense. See what you like. Breathe. This is your broken wing pose. You want to be feeling it in that shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, you're also getting into the hips here, right? If you've got the knee bent. Ooh, I've got a good pose for you later too that's for our hips. That is similar to this sensation. All right, let's finish up and let's do the other side. I'm gonna bring my legs back to extended. I'm gonna roll onto my stomach, enjoy the getting here. Tee out the left arm. Hand to about shoulder height. Maybe you choose to bend it a little bit, or maybe you choose to bring it down toward your waist a little bit more. It's all good. Palm face down of the left hand. Right arm bends underneath the collarbone. Roll onto your left side. Left cheek is on the mat. Right hand is your driver. Push into it. Oh, we'll let that feel good in that shoulder. Legs, do what you want. Straight. Little bend in both of them feels good, maybe. I think that feels good on your low back. Maybe the top leg, the right leg, you bring it behind the extended low leg and bring it up, the knee up toward the sky, or place the foot in front of the extended leg, driving the knee up to the sky, pushing into the foot, and feeling what you feel here. Soften in the jaws, soften in the shoulders. Think of space in that left shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to go to a plank pose next to help build strength. You got to have flexibility and mobility, but you need strength also. All right, let's roll onto our bellies and come out of your successful broken wing pose. Press into your hands, straighten in your arms, push yourself on up to a seal pose. Soften in your glutes, hold on here, and then come into a side plank. All right, so I'm gonna do a side plank. That's what I'm gonna do today with a little bit of rotation. So it's gonna be kind of like going back to the pose we did with the cat-cow with the side rotation. That was a challenge, that was a balance challenge. So we're gonna do this plank pose to build strength. Plank, as you know, builds strength. Grab a drink of water if you want. We're gonna set a timer for 1 minute. Because I'm doing side plank, I'm gonna end up doing 2 minutes. I'm gonna do it on one side, then the other. So just be aware of that. Now, here's the deal. Don't run out. You can do plank. Yes, you can. Tell yourself you can. You can do it. Give yourself a pat on the back for doing it, because here's a plank variation you could take if you're very new to planking. Come down onto your back, legs long, push your blocks up to the sky, and imagine that your body's like 180 degrees out. Imagine you're in a plank pushing the earth away. It all starts in your mind, right? So take that variation of plank if you like. Other variations you could take today. From that neutral tabletop, walk your hands a little forward, spread your knees a little bit and adjust. Hinge the weight forward into your arms so you can feel the weight in the arms. You could do that variation. You could take a high plank, sending the legs long, feet hip width distance apart. Hinge the weight forward so it's in your arms. You could do a high plank. You could do a dolphin plank. Forearms on your mat, staying on your knees, tucking the toes perhaps, or pressing on up into a dolphin plank. You decide. I'm going to take that side plank. Get set up. We're going to set a 1 minute timer for you to measure your progress if you want. All right, this side plank for 2 minutes isn't going to be too bad because I'm going to do it on my knee, and I'll show you what. Okay, so here's the deal. Join me. Here's the deal. Bring your forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Spread your fingers of your right hand wide, nice and stable. Come to your bottom knee, your right knee. Place your hand on your hip. Open up your hip to the sky. Lift your leg up, and let's start the timer. Dwayne, let's go. 1 minute. All right, so your shoulder of your right arm is over your elbow because you want to be strong and stable. Hand on the hip. You got this. Now, I'm going to bring my hand to my fingers to my temple with the elbow bent. I'm going to let this elbow come toward my right hand. Maybe let it touch the hand or not, and then let it go back up, up, up to the sky. So I'm going to rotate a few times here. Elbow down, elbow up. Keep pushing into that right hand. We're halfway there. Keep at it. Hold on. Breathe. And you know what you could do. You could always extend both legs long and take a classic side plank. Maybe you prefer to do that. You decide what you want to do. We got 10 seconds to go. I'm going to hold it up toward the sky. I'm going to push into my elbow, push into my right elbow, keeping the left elbow lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Not too bad, right? Let's go immediately to the other side. Maybe you take a 1 minute break, or maybe you say, you know, I'm going to try to plank even longer. All right, adjust on your knee. Left forearm parallel to the earth, shoulder over the wrist, hand pressed into the mat. Hand to the hip. Let's begin the timer now. Lift your leg up, hold it here. Maybe you stay right here. Keep the shoulder lifted. Bend the elbow, right elbow up toward the sky. Hold on here. Breathe. Now do that little bit of a twist. Right elbow comes toward the mat. Maybe it touches the hand. Then it goes back up to the sky. You're 15 seconds in. You've got this. Find your balance here. Little bit of a thoracic twist. Bringing the chest toward the earth. As your elbow comes down, lifting the elbow up toward the sky. Down and up. Keep your leg lifted. Keep it to about hip height. You got it. Stay strong. You got about 15 seconds to go. Just keep trying. And if you are lying on your back, good on you. Let's hold this elbow up to the sky for the last 5 seconds. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and finish. All right, you did it. Okay, just a different little variation. Grab your drink. Let's do some other core stuff. Okay, come to your back. So we are seated on your bottom. Soles of the feet maybe on your mat. Hands to prayer center. Have your strap close by. Bring it to about hip height, because we're going to use that for boat. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up, and then exhale. Come on down. Come all the way down. all the way down nice and slowly. Single knee hug-ins. Name says it all. Extend your legs long. When you're ready, bend your right knee. Interlaced fingers hug beneath the knee. Send the right leg back down to the mat. Then do the left one. Hug it in. Kick it up a notch, maybe. Lift your shoulders up. When one leg extends, the other leg bends, but don't let them come down to the ground. Hug one in at a time. Pick up the pace. If you want, hug it in. Extend the other. You got it. Breathe. Have fun. All right, so here's your single leg hug in. What do you think is gonna come next? Now you can put your shoulders down if you want. How about double knee hug in? Legs extend, hug them both in. Legs extend, hug them in. Breathe. Now you might want to breathe in and out of your nose and mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let it go. Breathe. All right, both knees, hugging them in. We'll do boat next. All right, hug them in good and tight. Then come on up to your boat pose. Use your core, come on up. Bend in your knees or not. Hands behind your knees or not. Your call. I'm gonna take the strap. Bring my feet down. Place the center of the strap in between the center of my foot. Lean on back and hold and pull. Stay right here. Chest is lifted, not rounded in the shoulders. Chest is lifted, hold on here. You can continue to use this strap or no strap at all. Maybe you hug the knees in and extend. Hug the knees in and extend. Literally hug them in or just pull them in and extend. You decide what is right for you today and every day, right? All right, enough of that. Come on down to your mat. Legs go up high to the sky. Knees bend so your shins are parallel to the earth. Rest here. Guess what's up? We're gonna do dead bug. Oh, such a hard pose. Press your hands into your thighs for today's variation. Draw your toes towards your shins. Push your legs into your hands, and your hands push hard into your legs. Really, really tight here. Really, really strong here. That's where the magic happens. This is your variation of dead bug. We do different variations as well sometimes, and maybe that's what you want to do. But press hard. Hands to legs, legs to hands. You are strong. Embrace the shake. You got it going on. When you're ready, release. Send your legs long on your mat and take your stick pose. Point your toes toward the bottom of the mat. Ankles are saying thank you. Lift your arms up high overhead. Bring your palms to touch. Stretch biceps near your ears because you can. Breathe. Stick pose, big number one. The focus is on number one. The focus is on you. Nothing wrong with that. Breathe. We're going to go into a lunge next, unless you say, I want to take a break. If you want to take a break, here's what you could do. You could do your pentacle pose. Work your heels apart, work your arms apart, come into a capital letter X shape. Your shoulders are saying thank you. You could work your hands down a little bit like a snow angel if you like. And if you want to stay in pentacle, go ahead. I'm going to come in to a lunge. And we got a little different variation of our lunge too. All right, so here's the deal. Take your blocks, bring them by your sides. We do a lunge just about every practice because it's so good, because you want to focus on the big stuff first, right? And what's bigger than your hips and your glutes? All right, knee over ankle. Other leg, left leg, I'm going to send it super duper long on the mat. You could put a towel underneath it if you want. Feel the big stretch in your hip flexor. Hands to your blocks. Maybe shoulders over the hips. This is where the layers come in. You decide where you want to take it. Maybe you keep your hands down on your blocks. And if the knee is bothersome, put that cushy towel underneath it. Make it work for you. Don't hurt yourself. All right, so I'm going to bring my shoulders up over my hips. I'm going to bring my hands to my temples. We did this the other day. Squeezing the elbows back to the back of the room. Pushing into the mat with the right foot and the top of the left foot. It helps you stay more stable. Just take little gentle twists to each side. Left to right, right to left. take it slowly. As you exhale, maybe you can deepen your twist. What do you think? All right, let's come back to the midline of your body. Let's bend forward and maybe come down to kiss your knee. Then let's come back up and take a baby back bend. Let's do that 3 or 4 times. Head comes down toward your knee. Doesn't have to go super far, you decide. Then come up, and it really helps. Push both feet into the mat. Down to touch the knee. Baby back bend. And when you're ready, that's 3 or 4, right? Let's release the hands back to the blocks and just do a little bit of surfing. Straighten the right leg out, then rebend it. Walk with the blocks back towards your left heel, and then walk it forward. Use the blocks if you want, or no blocks at all. You know the formula that works for you today, and every day it's different. All right, let's switch. Right leg forward, knee over left ankle. Right leg goes super duper long on your mat. Press into your blocks, and here you go. Take it in your layers. Maybe come on up, shoulders over your hips. How is that? Maybe bring your fingers lightly to your temples. Maybe you stay right here. Remember to push into both feet. It helps. Little twists to the right, to the left. Focus on your waist. Your waist is doing all this great twisting. A few times, back and forth, right and left and right. Come back to the center. When you're ready, come down towards kissing the knee, then back up, back and forth. Your call. Baby back bend, or not so big baby back bend. Maybe nose touches the knee or not. Back and forth and back. Couple times. And then finish. Hands to your blocks. Straighten out the leg. Let's go surfing. All right. Bring the leg on back. Bring your bottom on back. If that feels good, don't do it if it doesn't. Couple times. Back and forth. Your way. Always your way. And then let's finish. All right, so bring your knees together. Bring your bottom down to your mat. Send your legs super duper long and wide in a wide-legged forward fold. Bring your blocks between your legs. We did this on last Thursday in our restorative practice, Thursdays and Sundays. Felt really, really good. And what was amazing, I think, and several of you even said this, you start out and you think, oh my gosh, I'm so tight. But in a restorative practice, you stay long enough in a pose to get your head out of it, and all the I can't, it just goes away. And your body does what it can. Several of you said how amazed you were, how close you were able to bring your head to the earth. It comes with time. You just gotta show up and do it, right? I mean, we all know that. Everything takes practice. Everything takes time. All right, so you got your blocks. Put them at whatever height you like. Maybe you've got 6 blocks stacked up. Totally fine. Bring your forearms to the blocks, or bring your elbows to the blocks. Maybe rest your head. You want to feel a nice big stretch inside your thighs here. All right, so these 3 words, remember them. Steadiness. Get steady. Don't get all fidgety. Get where you can be steady, and that's what we focus on in a restorative practice. Get steady, because steadiness leads to stability. And stability leads to tranquility. Isn't that true? You feel so tranquil when you're still and at peace and you're not fidgety. All right, let's bring the forearms maybe down to the blocks and adjust your blocks to what feels good for you and just feels doable. Don't stress, don't strain. If you take it too far and you say, oh, I can't do it, don't just hang out in space here. Reintroduce your block, adjust the height, rest your head. There's no prizes for straining yourself. Nobody sees, nobody knows, just let it be. Couple of breaths. And if you like this pose, stay here longer. We can do this pose longer tomorrow if you like. Let me know what you want to do in our private Facebook group called Friends of 316. Let me know what you want to do and I'll incorporate it into the practice if it fits for a restorative practice. All right, come on, lift on up, shoulders over your hips. Let's come on to bringing our legs back together at the midline. Excuse me, Piper, you gotta go. All right, okay, let's do this pose, another big pose for your shoulders. Come on down, fully reclined on your mat. Fully reclined on your mat, guess what? We're gonna tee out our right arm. We're gonna take our left arm, we're gonna tee it out also. So roll onto your right hip, palm meets palm, hold on here. We're going to do an open book pose. All right, so arms are long at shoulder height, they're reaching. You're gonna keep the right arm where it is, and the left arm, you're gonna slide it up your forearm, and you're gonna roll onto your bottom. You're gonna bring this left arm toward your temple. Open it up, let the elbow touch down. Let the left arm roll onto the right hip, let the right arm meet the left. Roll it up your arm, roll it across the top of your chest, and open up in the elbow. Switch it to the other side. Roll on to your left hip, palms touch, slide the right arm, open it up, roll on to that side, and then bend the elbow. Open up, palms touch, slide the arm across the arm, the chest, open up, look to the right, bend the elbow. Let's go back to the starting side. Roll onto your right hip, arms are teed out, roll the left arm up, touch the temple, and bend the top knee, working the top knee toward the earth, and open up here. Kind of almost feels like a supine twist. Keep the hand at the temple and twist. Hang out here for a little bit. Let's do the other side. Right hand comes back to touch the left. Legs go long, roll onto your back. Tee out your left arm and your right arm. Palms touch, sweep the right arm up, bringing the fingers to the temple, open it up, bend the top leg a little bit, and encourage that twist. Hold it here. Let's do it again. Right arm goes long, palms touch. Sweep the right arm across the chest, fingers lightly to the temples, open up. So you're still on that left hip. Kind of got gravity working with you for the right arm. And then finish. Tee out both arms, roll onto your back, take a brief pentacle pose, legs long and spread wide, arms high overhead, or snow angel it, you decide. Your little variation of your pentacle pose. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Press on up, find your strap and your eye shade and your towel. Place the eye shade or the towel at the top of your mat. Let's do something for our necks. All right, so take your strap underneath your feet. Take your strap and thread it into a nice big circle. All right, so once you got it in a nice big circle, place the strap at the base of your skull, and then place the other part of the strap under your feet. I'm going to come back to reclined, resting the head into the strap, having the center of the feet in the strap as well, pressing the feet up toward the sky, resting the head heavily into the strap. Adjust that buckle so it's not right behind your head. That'll be self-correcting. Arms down by your sides. Breathe here. Now you have to adjust and play with this a little bit. Find length in your neck and then maybe really push your feet up toward like where the ceiling and the wall meet or up toward the sky, depending upon the size of your strap. What you want to feel here is just lengthening of the neck. Shoulders are down. Your neck is long. Let it feel super good. Now you got both feet up here in your strap. You could remove one foot, bringing it down to the ground. And then you can kind of move that extended leg a little bit left and a little bit right. Where does it feel good in your neck? One of the big ticket items here is to keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. It really helps you feel good in the neck. So you got all that power and control in the leg. It's kind of like when we do broken wing and you got all that power and leverage in that hand that is underneath your shoulder, the bent side. Same thing here. The power is in the foot here. Where does it feel good for the neck? Just maybe hang out longer in one spot or another. Find the sweet spot that feels really good for you. Kind of like your homemade self-traction, right? Let it feel good. Move your neck if that feels good. All right, I'm going to switch it out. I'm going to bring my foot that was on the ground up, up, up to the strap, bring it into the strap, and then I'm going to release the other leg. So that one leg is down, kind of like a anchor point, I guess. Then just move the other leg. And you really got to push that extended leg toward the sky to make it strong and feel the tension there. Because if you're passive, you're going to say, this doesn't do very much. Can you bring your shoulders back a little more? Where do you want to hang out? Maybe you want to move the leg really, really far to one side, and that stretch feels really good in the neck. So this is your little neck cradle position. You know, you might want to stay here even longer. You decide. Maybe this is speaking to you. Maybe this is your new favorite pose. All right, I'm going to bring my left foot back up to meet my right. I'm going to bring both feet into the strap. I'm going to do one last little static stretch here. Just feels so good to lengthen in the neck. Shoulders are backing down. Breathe. As you're ready, remove the strap from your feet, your head, whatever feels good. Bring your head on down. Remove the strap. That is your little neck cradle position. All right, so let's send our legs long onto your mat. Let's press on up, or don't use your hands. Keep your strap nearby. Press on up. Remember that seated forward fold we did earlier with the strap or the towel? Keep your circle together. Bring the strap to the bottoms of your feet, lengthen up, and then fold forward. You got the strap to help. The strap is a great help. The strap is just such a nice addition to your yoga tool chest. Bring your head toward your knees. A little bend in your knees might feel good. And enjoy this pose. I'm going to come on up, shoulders over my hips. I'm going to place just one foot. I'm going to put my right foot in the strap. I'm going to come on back and bring the right leg up to the sky. I'm going to hold on here like reins of a horse. I'm going to have my left leg long, strappy legs. We've done this before. This extended leg, right now my right leg, I'm going to just create like a rainbow arc over my body here. So I'm going to open up the right leg to the side. I'm going to bring it back up to the sky, and I'm going to bring it down toward the left side. And when you take it to the left, you roll onto your left hip. When you take it to the right, you keep both hips down. All right, so back and forth, use the strap. Eyes can be closed. Just find mobility in your hip. Bring the leg on back up to the sky. Bring the left leg up to meet it. So just for a second there, readjust, re-wiggle. Right leg comes down, nice and straight and long on your mat. Now it's the left leg's turn. Open it up. And do that half circle. You roll on to the right hip when the big toe comes toward the earth. Then you keep the hips down equally when the pinky toe comes to the other side of your room. All right, so there's some hip mobility for you. That's some serious hip mobility, isn't it? Shoulders got loved on today, and your hips. All right, we're going to do a bridge pose. Let's finish here. I don't know, do you want to send both legs back up into the strap and just kind of give them a pull because it feels good? Maybe pull, pull, pull on that strap, bringing your toes overhead. How does that feel? A little bend in your knees might feel good too. Then release your legs on down, remove the strap, bring your legs on down, float them on down all the way to the mat. Heels touch down, bend your knees, soles of your feet on your mat, arms down by your sides, shoulders away from your ears. Push the weight into your feet a little or a lot. Lift your hips up. Maybe adjust your feet by bringing your heels a little closer to your bottom and push. Push with all you got into your feet as you send your hips high. Interlaced fingers are behind your low back. Pinky fingers push into your mat. Hips are lifted. Breathe. Release your hands if you interlaced them, and then bring your spine down one vertebra at a time. All right, you're lying down. Your eye shade is up near your shoulder. Cross your right leg over your left. Cross your right leg over your left, and then lift both knees up. Hug your knees in toward your chest, or maybe reach for your ankles. Hug both ankles in towards your bottom. Bring your shoulders back down if you lifted them up. Hugging the ankles in toward your opposite hip creases. That's about right, right? Breathe in, breathe out. How does it feel? Pretty tight in the hips, huh? All right, so here's the deal. In your hips, you know, half pigeon, we do that, or we do a sleeping swan, or we do that reclined figure four. Similar sensation, right? But this one's pretty intense. Maybe it's too intense. You know, you could keep one foot down on the ground and maybe hug the other knee in, or just lift both feet up and just keep them right there. I'm gonna uncurl, unwind, come back to both feet on the mat. I'm gonna lift my left leg now, the opposite one. I'm gonna cross it over. Maybe right there is where you decide to stay. Maybe try lifting the right foot up, encouraging the knees toward the chest. Maybe reach on up, capture your ankles, hug them in, and recline again. Heels are kinda sorta toward opposite hip creases. Soften in your jaws. Take some deep breaths. Release your hands, release your feet, send your legs long on your mat, cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel, block out the world, focus on you. Final Shavasana, heels toward the bottom of your mat, palms face up, wiggle your shoulders, get comfortable. Breathe. Oh, your shoulders, shoulder mobility and hip mobility. We got it going on today. Take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. Soften in your face, soften in your eyes, soften in your shoulders. You've got your remote control nearby. This is the best part of practicing at home. You can hit the pause button and continue this final Shavasana pose as long as it feels good for you. I'd encourage you to do it 5 minutes or 7 minutes. You work it into your schedule your way. If it is time for you to wrap up your hour, take a deep breath in and a big sighing breath out. I did it. I did it. I did my yoga. Good on you. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, reach high overhead. Take a big good morning stretch as if it were the first stretch of your day. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Bend your knees. As you exhale, roll onto one hip or the other. Enjoy that sensation too. Bend your low arms, elbow, soften in the top shoulder, rest your head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Decide how you want to get there. Crisscross your legs. Sit however you like. Hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. You did it. Tell yourself you did it. That stress number that you took in the beginning, what was it? And what is it right now? Pretty good, huh? Gently blink your eyes open. Okay, here's a cute little thought. I'd never heard this one before. This is really cute, though. A pat on the back. We started with that today. A pat on the back is only a few vertebrae removed from a kick in the pants, but it is miles ahead in results. So, pat yourself on the back. Don't kick yourself in the bottom. You did it. Praise yourself for what you did. Have a happy day. From us to you, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Focus on these things and life is good. Love you guys. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye. Hello. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. See ya. You're still here, and I'm really glad for that. Keep this in mind. The path is made through repetition. Keep showing up, and good things will happen. You know that. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Tell your friends what the yoga's doing for you. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and they can join in anytime from the privacy of their own home. Tell them about our practice, please. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay on your path, enjoy your yoga, and have a great rest of your day. See you on your mats tomorrow.